Hi, my name is Neil Kelleher. I had a request for a video on weight shifting, and this is it. So first of all, what is weight shifting? Weight, if you think of your body's center of gravity, and weight shifting is basically shifting your body's center of gravity relative to your feet. So in this instance, I'm shifting my center of gravity onto my right foot and onto my left foot, so I can lift my left foot. You could also do weight shifting front and back, or forwards and backwards. So shifting my center of gravity forwards, I can feel it pressing down through my forefeet and toes, which means my heels can lift. Now, more than just shifting your center of gravity, weight shifting exercises are about feeling where your center of gravity is. So for example, if I close my eyes and then shift my weight to my left, I can feel my feet and my legs in such a way that I know that my weight is now over my left foot, and I can lift my weight is over my right foot. I'm used to mirroring. So my weight is over my right foot and I can lift my left foot without my upper body shifting. So the idea of this video is to teach you how to weight shift and how to feel where your weight is. Weight shifting is important, or can be useful in yoga, as simply a way of feeling where your center of gravity is, and this can be very important in balancing poses. So if you're trying to learn how to balance on one leg, weight shifting can help you feel when your weight is on one leg so that you can lift the other leg smoothly. So rather than thinking that you're on one leg and then lifting the other way, you have to bend your body to compensate. You can feel when your weight is totally on one foot so that you can lift your other foot. In balance poses, like inverted balance poses, say headstand or handstand, if you're initially using the wall to help you balance, weight shifting can also help you in that regard. Weight shifting, if you say have your feet on the wall and you're trying to get your feet off of the wall, weight shifting can tell you, or feeling your body while you're weight shifting can tell you when your center is totally over your feet and your feet are stable so that you can lift the feet. So weight shifting can tell you when your weight is totally over your hands or over your head, whatever foundation you're using, say headstand or handstand, so that you can lift your feet off of the wall. So this is my feet. You can lift your feet off of the wall without your body shifting. Bakasana, crow pose, another example. If you're shifting your weight forward in crow pose, if you can feel where your weight is from practicing weight shifting, if you can feel where your weight is, you know when your weight is totally over your hands because your feet feel light. As a result, you can lift your feet easily without having to jump because you've shifted your weight in such a way that your center is over the desired foundation, your hands. Then you can lift your feet without any jumping, or you can even feel you know when your weight is more towards your hands or more towards your feet. So start with a forward and back weight shift, and for this one, make note of some important landmarks: your heels, forefoot, toes. So stand with your feet about hip width apart, knees slightly bent, a bit too much. Straight is a little bit more difficult, especially when we're doing the side to side shifting. But anyway, knees slightly bent. Shift your weight forward. And ideally what you'll feel as you shift your weight forward is your toes pressing into the floor. Then shift your weight back just far enough that your toes relax so they can still touch the floor. So you're not going this far back. Just to the point where your toes relax. Shift your weight forward, feel your toes press down. So what this means is that your center of gravity is somewhere over the front of your foot, close to being right over your toes. Shift your weight back so that your toes relax. So now your weight is no longer over your toes because your toes can wiggle and relax. Shift your weight forward, feel your toes press down. Shift your weight back so that your toes relax. Now focus on feeling your forefeet and heels. Shift your weight forward, feel your forefeet press down. So you might want to lift your toes slightly, so there'll be some tension in the toes, muscular tension in order to lift the toes, There'll also be tension in your feet so that your forefeet press down. Now shift your weight back and feel your heels pressing down with pressure. Your forefeet can still touch the floor, but focus on shifting back so you feel your heels pressing down. Not too far back, just enough that you can feel your heels pressing down. Shift forward, feel your forefeet pressing down. Shift back, feel your heels pressing down. So you repeat that a few times. Repeat the forward back weight shift, feel your toes pressing down, relaxing. Practice the forward back weight shift so you feel your forefeet and heels pressing down. Now, shift your weight forward so that your forefeet press down. Notice your heels. Shift forward just enough that your heels have virtually no pressure. So all you have is skin contact. So the skin of your heels is touching the floor without actually pressing down. Then try to lift. And in this instance, you can have your toes on the floor just for extra balance. Lower, touch your heels lightly to the floor, so no pressure, just skin contact. Then shift back so your heels press down. So shifting back, you can have your forefeet still touching the floor, but just back enough that you can relax, so you're not struggling. Shift forward, feel your forefeet pressing down with pressure. Heels lightly touch the floor, lift the heels. You only have to lift a little bit. Touch your heels lightly to the floor, shift back so that your heels press down. Shift forward, forefeet press, your heels lightly touch the floor, lift, lightly touch, shift back. Now you could shift back so that heels press down and your forefeet lightly touch the floor, and then you can try lifting your forefeet and try and balance. If you've got a wall handy, that can be good in case you go too far. And relax. Shift your weight back, feel your heels pressing down, and you might want to focus, imagine pressing down through the back corner of your heels, the back edge of your heels. Feel your forefeet lightly touching the floor, then try to lift your forefeet. Relax, shift your weight back, feel your heels pressing down, lift your forefeet, forefeet lightly touch the floor, then lift them, and then relax. Now a refinement of this exercise, and this will be a little bit more relevant for when we do side to side weight shifting, is to shift forward and feel your forefeet and toes pressing down. And then when you shift back so that your heels and forefeet press down. So the idea here, you're focused on 2 points of pressure. Try to make the pressure equal in both. So shift your weight forward, feel your forefeet and toes press down with approximately even pressure. And you can shift forward or back slightly. Notice when you shift forward, your toes press down with greater pressure. When you shift back, your forefeet press down with greater pressure. Try and find a position where the pressure is even. And there'll be some, obviously or not obviously, there'll be some tension in your toes. So you're trying to separate out the feeling of tension in the toes and the sensation of pressure of the toes pressing down and the sensation of pressure of the forefeet pressing down. Now shift your weight back so that your heels and your forefeet have even pressure. So now your weight is between your forefeet and your heels. Shift forward so your toes and forefeet have even pressure. So now your center of gravity is directly over the midpoint between toes and forefeet. Shift back. So forefeet and heels press down. Weight is somewhere right in the middle between forefeet and heels. Shift forward. Now your weight, if the pressure is even on toes and forefeet, now your weight is directly between toes and forefeet. Now what you could do as well, shifting forward, toes, forefeet, even pressure, your heels will only be lightly touching the floor. You could lift your heels. Shifting back so that forefeet and heels have even pressure, your toes should relax, so you should be able to lift your toes. So in the next video we'll do side to side weight shifting. In other news, I've been working on a anatomy for yoga teachers and generally anyone who's interested in getting to learn their body better. It's actually the anatomy where you learn to directly feel and control your muscles. If you're interested, please click on the link.